So low vitamin D means poor immune system, and the immune system is there to fight viruses, fungus, bacteria. So what happens to these kids? They get colds after flus, after colds, after lung infections. They're always at the pediatrician. They're always on antibiotics, which is further destroying the gut microbiome. These are the kids who get terrible decay, even though the parents are brushing their teeth and taking care of them. And these are the kids who show up with eczema and psoriasis and asthma and all these autoimmune conditions. These are the low vitamin D kids. This is still not on the radar of almost any Western doctors, just so you understand. So as this issue happens, you stop breathing through your nose, but it gets more complicated because when you're low on vitamin D, you can't bring calcium into the body. Everyone knows, or they think that, you get vitamin D from milk. That's not necessarily true. It's put in there artificially. But vitamin D allows you to bring in calcium into your body so that you can store it in your teeth and bones. And that's what our teeth and bones are. They're a storage system for calcium. We build it up in the summer when all good hunter-gatherers are outside in the sun, hunting. And then we use it up in the winter when there's no sun and there's no vitamin K2. So the other component is the vitamin K2. Calcium comes in through vitamin D. And once the calcium gets into our bloodstream, we have to take that calcium, put into our bones, teeth, cartilage, and all of that. That needs to be managed by other enzymes. Now, vitamin K2 is a cofactor for the enzymes that manage calcium. If you don't have vitamin K2, the two specific enzymes is osteocalcin and MGP, matrix GLA protein. These two enzymes are unactivated and they cannot help your body to put calcium where it's supposed to be. So when you're a kid, what happens is calcium is improperly placed into the nasal septum, which can prevent you from breathing properly through your nose, which is a disaster. And then the other thing is that you simply don't have enough calcium to grow the lower jaw. And I was a victim of this. I don't even have second molars, never mind wisdom teeth, because I was so vitamin D deficient as a child that my lower jaw never grew. And I'll refrain from showing my profile, but it's the profile of long face syndrome where the upper jaw gets squished together by mouth breathing. When the mouth is open during breathing, it physically pushes the palate and makes it smaller. We catch these kids at age 6, 7, and 8, and we have to do palatal expansion. If your child went through palatal expansion, it's exclusively a vitamin D3, vitamin K2 deficiency. It's not genetic. There's always a genetic component to these things, but they're really purely environmental. People who have an adequate amount of D3 and K2 will have broad arches and room for all 32 teeth. So this is a major factor as these kids start to grow. They have micrognathia, small jaw, and now they're breathing through their mouth, and that ruins the entire circulatory way that we want air to come into our body. You're supposed to breathe in through your nose, which puts in nitric oxide, humidifies and filters the air. This is how we were designed. So if your child is mouth breathing, it's bad news. And you can find out if you ask your child to close and swallow, you'll see they're going to stick their tongue forward to close the gap that they have between their front teeth, because that's how they're breathing.
DoctorsToTrust.com. Please share this video with loved ones.